Hi there, it's Fraser Chesterman, Futureprint TV, and I am very pleased to have with me Richard Darling of Ricoh.
Hello, pleased to be here.
Good to see you, Richard. And it has been a bit of time. We haven't been out.
We're not allowed out. We're not allowed out. No.
Out in the real world. What's it feel like getting back out into the market?
It's actually a realisation. We can keep things going on Teams quite a lot, but it's more stimulating to be in environments like this, where you can actually speak to people and exchange silly ideas. Yeah. So it's back to the way it was.
And what are you hearing? What's the kind of what's the vibe on the ground in terms of the inkjet world? What's going on?
I think it's too early to tell because I've been here for only a few hours. But I think there's some. I've heard a couple of the presentations. There's a lot on the things surrounding the print head, inks, drive electronics, software, and so on. That's encouraging because it's too often just talking about the print head. And apart from that, there's a good turnout. Yeah. So that's encouraging.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And it's nice to be, as you say, back talking to people. So I'm focusing a little bit on our Geneva Summit, which comes up in a few weeks' time. And
for leaders.
For leaders. Which, of course, you are one. So there's a couple of key themes, and one of them is innovation. And you and I were just chatting about thin film, and you were going to tell us a little bit about it for anyone who doesn't know. It's one of your innovations.
Yeah. Well, my time in print heads, I've been involved in thin film projects, and they take ages to come through. It's the gestation period of many years, and it costs eye-watering amounts of money, as I think I've said before. But we actually have a product now. We had the single module, what we call TH5241, which is an inch-wide 1200 DPI print head. Really intended for scanning graphics, a compact unit. Now we actually have something that's suitable for both high productivity multi-pass and single pass. It's 600 NPI thin film device, 66 millimeters wide, so you can build it into wider bars, and it's pretty nifty. 100 kilohertz, yeah, that's realistic. So in the way over 100 meters a minute for single pass is possible. In some applications, it might enable higher productivity in multi-pass as well. I think the focus is on uniformity of print, so that's drop mass and velocity, jetting velocity. It looks pretty good. The design specification is that it's going to be better than anything else that we've ever produced. I won't talk about others, but certainly better than what we've produced. So if you've got that uniformity of drop mass and jetting velocity, and therefore positioning of drops on substrates, then that's particularly important for high speed. So I think it takes us into a new area. And we've now got that to the stage where it's in mass production, and there's quite a few thousand been sold. So it's coming through, not really in the public domain yet, but there are printers out there that have this head in, and we'll learn what we don't know.
Yeah, that's what happens next, isn't it? It's that sort of getting it out there and testing it. So. One of the other themes for the summit is sustainability. I know that obviously digital by its nature is short run production. There's going to be challenges. Yeah, can be. There are lots of challenges at the moment for sustainability because in the world that we live, other things crop up that kind of take prominence. How do you think we should keep sustainability as high in the inkjet side in terms of being on the agenda?
What, for inkjet to be on the agenda where sustainability is a consideration?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think so many industries have been used to working with source at lowest cost from wherever in the world. That's long supply chains with carbon footprint. There's also, that's been highlighted by a few geopolitical and pandemic reasons. You can't rely on long supply chains as easily. When there's a long supply chain, to cover risk, there is always an inventory consideration, and that ties up cash. And if you're buying large quantities over long supply chains from remote sources, particularly in things like fashion, where there's been a lot of obsolescence and wastage of stock. So you buy predicting what consumers might want in the end. And I think that some of the consumer brands and some of the industries are actually thinking to do more locally is necessary. I think that plays into our
supply chain
expertise.
issues.
Yeah.
and
So
all
you
those
can
things.
produce. You say that everybody talks about decreasing lot sizes and things. Lot sizes are decreasing just because of trying to use cash more wisely, but they're also decreasing because I think everybody's aware that they need to be more responsive to their markets, and that's perfect for digital. Perfect. The other thing is, of course, materials. So there's material changes from maybe plastics to more paper-based, but that's not always a good thing. And then there's maybe glass comes into it a bit more. But then there's different. There's the amount of shopping from home and cartons, and that's all more packaging. But whether or not it's good, then I'll leave others to decide. But on the ink side, probably water-based inks is a good thing, and we have a great strength there, so we're happy for that, as long as it is water-based and not just other things with a little bit of water in.
Yeah, you do. You're strong in that. Listen, good to see you. And, as we said, both in real time, real life, and
In person.
and we will see Graham Kennedy at the Geneva Summit. I know he's presenting. And hopefully catch up with you very soon.
Yeah, I might be there. I might have to wait outside though.
You're my guest. You're on the guest list.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks very much. Cheers.